All right, go ahead and get started. Sorry for the delay. Welcome to this Tuesday, June 4th, 2024 meeting of the Raymore Planning and Zoning Commission. If you would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we'll move into roll call for this evening. Commissioner Bowie.
Present.
Commissioner Smith is absent. Commissioner Faulkner.
Present.
Vice Chair Fizer.
Present.
Secretary Peterman.
Present.
Commissioner Shanks is not here. Commissioner Kia is not here. Mayor Turnbow.
Present.
And Chairman Wiggins. So we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? No, 6. All right. Perfect. We have no personal appearances scheduled tonight. So we'll move on to item 5, consent agenda. One item. Item A, approval of minutes from the March 19th, 2024 meeting. Entertain a motion to dispose of this item, please.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir, Mr. Faulkner.
I move that we approve minutes from our March 19th, 2024 meeting.
Second.
Got a motion by Commissioner Faulkner, second by Commissioner Bowie to accept the minutes from the March 19th meeting. Any discussion of the topic? Seeing none, all in favor? All opposed? And an abstention. Very good. So 5-0-1. Perfect. Secretary Peterman abstained. No unfinished business, so right along to item 7, new business. One item, item A, case number 24004, Creekside Ranch, final plat. I assume that will go to city staff.
That is correct.
Thank you, sir.
Unfortunately, the applicant could not make it tonight. They were double booked, so they do send their apologies for that. Good evening, and tonight you have in front of you an application request for final plat approval of the Creekside Ranch final plat, including 23 residential lots. The current zoning for the property is RE Rural Estate, and the surrounding uses to the north, south, east are unincorporated Cass County, and to the west is RE Rural Estate, RR Rural Residential, and A Agricultural. A couple items we wanted to highlight within the history of this property. Subject property was located in unincorporated Cass County originally, and then just recently was annexed into the city on February 26th of 2024. And then on February 12th, 2024, City Council unanimously approved the preliminary plat for Creekside Ranch. And then following that, on the 26th, the rezoning was approved to go from A Agriculture to RE Rural Estate. Within the staff comments, as the applicant is requesting a 23-lot single-family subdivision, all to be completed within a single-phase development. 22 of those lots are going to be approximately 3 acres in size, with one lot being approximately 10 acres in size, leaving 20 acres off to the very east of the proposed development to remain in unincorporated Cass County. One of the stipulations as approved for the preliminary plat and the rezoning was that initially there was some confusion as to whether the subject property was in the Public Water District number 3's service area. Within your packet, you'll notice that there's a letter stating that they will not serve this area, and so the city has received at least verification or evidence that we are able to service this area for the foreseeable future. Also, within the staff report, you'll notice staff did not receive a landscape plan, so that is something that we're conditioning as part of the approval. Being off of Gore, I think there's 4 lots that touch Gore Road, and so there was a landscape easement being proposed, and so obviously before that gets to the second reading of City Council, we would like to review that and obviously make sure that that's compliant with city code before being finally adopted. With that being said, staff recommends the Planning and Zoning Commission accept the proposed findings of fact and approve case number 24004 Creekside Ranch, final plat, lots 1 through 23 to the City Council with a recommendation of approval, and that's subject to the following 3 conditions. And so these 2 conditions that you'll notice initially are new conditions, but something as part of the development agreement. So the final plat shall be signed and recorded with the Cass County Recorder of Deeds within 1 year of approval from the City Council. as well as the development agreement. So those are the two conditions there. And then the third condition is that this applicant must submit a landscape plan for review before that second reading of City Council. This would conclude staff report, and happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, sir. Do any members of the commission have any questions for city staff? Yes, ma'am, please.
I'm just curious as to why one lot is 10 acres. Do they have a plan for that?
So it sounds like the developer of this subdivision, that's going to be their homestead, and then
Okay.
that will actually connect to the 20 acres. So they kind of have 30 acres, 20 in Cass County, and then 10 in the city.
Okay, thanks.
Any additional questions or comments? Yes, sir, Mr. Faulkner.
Just a quick one. I may have missed it. I thought a minute ago I heard you talk about 2 conditions, and I'm reading 3 in the,
He did state.
Yes, the third condition was the landscape plan, that they need to submit that for staff to review before it
Right.
gets to City Council.
you don't have the landscape plan.
Correct, that is
Okay.
correct. We
Yeah.
are asking for that before it goes
No,
too much further.
That's fine. I just wanted to, I was a little confused between 2 or 3. Thanks.
Sorry about the confusion.
That's good.
No, and I mean, he said the following 3 conditions, and he said the first 2 will blah, 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 and so that I could see where the confusion could come into play. Any additional questions or comments from members of the commission? If not, I would entertain a motion to dispose of this item.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, I would move that the Planning and Zoning Commission accept the proposed findings of fact and approve case number 24004, Creekside Ranch, final plat, lots 1 through 23 to the City Council with a recommendation of approval.
Second.
Just real quick, would you like to include those with the 3?
Subject to the 3 conditions as stated by staff.
Thank you, sir. And who is my second? Commissioner Bowie. Thank you. All right. I've got a motion by Mayor Turnbow, second by Commissioner Bowie, for the Planning and Zoning Commission to accept the proposed findings of fact and approve case 24004, Creekside Ranch, final plat, lots 1 through 23 to the City Council with a recommendation approval with the 3 conditions outlined by city staff. Any final discussion of the topic? If not, all in favor? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That will pass unanimously. Thank you. That will conclude new business tonight. So we will jump into City Council report. Mr. Zur, sir.
Thank you, Chairman Wiggins. It's a pleasure to be back before the commission. I have 3 meetings to report from, but only a couple of items from each one of them for the commission's consideration. I'm going to start back on March 25th, 2024, City Council meeting, during the course of which there was an award of a contract for the construction of 3 pickleball courts at Hawk Ridge Park. Also of park interest, there was approval of a street reimbursement agreement for 163rd Street. This would be for construction of 163rd Street east of Madison and includes parkland area for the construction of the dog park. So 2 park items that are of interest from that particular meeting. Next, I would have the April 15th, 2024 meeting of the City Council. This was a special meeting. Hopefully you're all aware that the meeting included the settlement agreement with South KC Acquisitions, terminating the potential development for the landfill north of Creekmore. It included within it the acquisition of property for the future construction of Madison through to 50 Highway. With that, important to note, as of today, that transaction has in fact closed, and the city is now the owner of the property necessary in order to construct that, subject to a lease agreement for continued grazing until we are able to come in order to complete the construction. Note that is up in Jackson County, so it's going to be City of Raymore constructing road up in that area. The last one is going to be from the 22nd. Here, the only thing I'd report on for this is the agreement for the mayor to continue to serve as a representative for the Planning and Zoning Commission. And then the only other item was an Alera preliminary development for a plan extension on the Alera project, which was coming in from Hunt Midwest. I unfortunately was unable to attend that meeting, but I'm reporting back to you, and I would welcome Mr. Gress or Mayor Turnbow to provide any additional input they might have on those items. That would conclude my city council report.
Thanks, sir. Anything to add, Mr. Turnbow? Mayor Turnbow, excuse me.
No, nothing to add for the report. No.
Very good. That'll take us into staff report.
I'll keep it pretty short. So we will, in fact, have a meeting next, I guess 2 Tuesdays from now, so June 18th, We will have a right-of-way plat. Unfortunately, we couldn't line them up to where we could just do both items tonight. So do apologize for that, but we will definitely see you here in 2 weeks. I'll hand this over to Mr. Salisbury for his report.
Thank you.
I just have a couple of quick things. Johnson Drive is now complete to the outer road, so you can drive up to the outer road and go that way. On Ward Road, they have about 2 weeks left on the storm sewer, and then that'll be done. And then they have 2 of the bridge abutments done, and then they have 2 more in the middle of the creek, and then they're also building all the false work to put the surface on the bridge. And the last thing is they did asphalt on Eastbrook 4th today, so that'll be wrapping up pretty soon.
Very good. That'll take us to item 10, public comment. I do not see anybody here, but in case somebody's in the wings, please come forward. Seeing none, we will move on to commission member comments. I'll start to my immediately left with Vice Chair Pfizer.
Okay, first I'll thank staff for providing us with information ahead of time and our confusion over trying to log in. How many commissioners does it take to log into planning and zoning? But one thing I wanted to point out was if you're driving through the S this weekend, you'll notice that there's a mural being painted on the backside of the Harmon Tires building. And it's kind of a big Raymore mural. It'll be pretty cool. I've seen the official drawings, and it looks really nice. So if you get a chance, go by there. I'm not sure when it's supposed to be finished. I think sometime this weekend, but you'll notice that going on.
They were still working on it as of 5:30 when I drove back from picking up my son from daycare. And so far, it does look very good. All right. I will move to Commissioner Faulkner, sir.
First, I do agree with the mural. I was also heading westbound on 58, so I'm still working there, and that's pretty neat. And thank you to staff. It's hard to teach old dinosaurs new tricks, but this electronic copy, so far so good. So thank you to staff for the work on that.
Secretary Peterman.
Nothing tonight. Thank you for all your hard work, staff.
Commissioner Bowie, sir.
Thank you to staff. Appreciate you guys very much.
Mayor Turnbow.
So this evening we had an open house and ribbon cutting at the depot. If you haven't had an opportunity, they're still allowing anyone to come down there and take a tour of the facility, but they had the ribbon cutting at 5 this evening. Officially opening it, even though there are some tenants that have already moved in there. They do have a model apartment set up. It's really nice. The amenities are absolutely wonderful there, and the things that they provide for their residents. As you know, the council about 4 or 5 years ago had looked at the Element, which is a similar project done by Watermark, who were the original developers of this project. And the council made many updated recommendations that were incorporated by planning and zoning and then by the developer. And it really is a beautiful project for a multifamily. We had a few problems with water runoff on the east side, and those have all been taken care of by the property managers and the construction company. Worked very well with us and the local residents there to take care of it. I think they're going to be a great neighbor for that end of town and produce new residents to our area. If you get a chance, though, you really need to go down there and take a tour. It's pretty nice apartment living. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I was earlier in the day before I went to daycare was out over by Walmart picking something up and could see that a bunch of people were enjoying the pool out there at the depot today. So definitely looks like a great asset to the city of Raymore. Don't really have a whole heck of a lot. Thank you to the city staff for everything as you guys always do. I was unable to attend our joint meeting last month. So this is the first time I've gotten to see you and since all the wonderful news. So publicly and to you, congratulations. Thank you very much for all the hard work that you've done.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate
And the
that.
city staff, obviously lots of people put in lots and lots of hours, lots of miles, probably lots of random fast food choices that people probably regretted on the way to Jeff City and back. But thank you to you and the staff that support the city. We couldn't have done it without you guys. So I'm extremely grateful. Can definitely see things are, picking up speed in the city of Raymore. Just within my neighborhood alone, houses that, a year ago took 4 to 6 months to sell are selling in 12 hours. So everybody has heard the good news, and it's definitely great for the city of Raymore. So with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn this evening. Yes, sir, Mr.
Mr.
Faulkner.
Chair,
Please.
I move that we adjourn tonight's meeting.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Faulkner, second by Mayor Turnbow to adjourn. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Unanimous. We are adjourned. Thank you very much. Good evening.